We are live, Scott. Hey, wow. I'm just now looked up to see where you're at. These figures and such are really looking good on your art.
Thanks,
I dig
Ellis.
it. I dig it.
It's funny that you say that because sorry, I'm looking for your channel.
Uh,
Uh,
I'm
oh, I need to. I'm looking at YouTube up there. I wonder if I can mark this that I want to watch this again. I came across something that wasn't yours. Uh, so it's funny you said that because I'm on Reddit, which is dumb, but there was somebody drew this figure. It was so jacked up, and I was like, you need to learn the three box method, and or I said you need to study three box method and learn. That's your problem because they were drawing real stretched out figures. And I said, if you would learn, if you get the three boxes of the body, which is the pelvis, I didn't explain this, but the pelvis, torso, and the head correct, and the correct distance from each other, your arms and legs will kind of take care of themselves.
oh yeah.
Real, I mean, really, that's what you need. And and Dan, I don't know if he's listening, but Dan has commented, and several people on the team have said, "Man, your art's gotten really good last couple chapters." And part of it is I've been working on that.
hmm Well,
Speaking of
that's
work,
the deal, and having to be under the gun, etc. Nothing, the crucible isn't there until there is some sort of deadline pressure, etc.
you have a fire under you.
Yep, yep.
So last Saturday, my wife and it was an amazing Saturday. We had nothing planned, and which quickly went awry because I wanted to go to the library. And so I went to the library, and this lady that works there that came up to me, and she goes, do you have any interest in taking a water? She goes, we brought in a watercolor artist, and nobody that signed up has shown up. And so
Aha.
and she said, do you want to take this watercolor class? And I was like,
Oh, that can
yeah,
help a
yeah.
guy's art ability,
Well, I
because
said,
nothing is involved in watercolor. Then what shall I leave out? And I think you need
well,
that.
so I went I said, is it cost? And she said, oh no, it's free. So I did a watercolor last Saturday.
Very good. So
And
you went to how far afield did you have to go for it?
dude, it was there at the library.
Okay, cool.
So I was at the library and they were just trying to rent, and I ended up being the only person in the class except for this lady that
That
came
had ever
in.
had a brush in their hand. No, it was.
Well, I don't think so. And I thought she was homeless.
Uh-huh.
But she was talking about, I can't decide. At one point, she was talking about she worked for one of the tribes, and then she was talking about she worked for one of the schools. And it's funny, before she came in, I was talking, and I told him I was an artist. I said, "But I don't do a lot of watercolor, but I have done a lot of or a fair amount of watercolor." But they, we were talking about. I said, "Yeah, I've gone to." We were talking about going to artist stuff and
hmm
meeting other artists. I said, "Well, you always go someplace, and somebody's like, oh, your art is great. I want to do this." And I said, and it's all, you always go, oh, this will be, and it's always some kind of come on that never happens. And sure enough, this
Right.
lady comes in and it's like, oh, we could use you at the tribe. We could use you at the school. This would be great.
hmm
Here's my card. And I'm going, ah, ha, ha, ha. Yeah.
So it was kind of looking around for people that could be plugged in, huh?
Yeah, I think anyway. But yeah, anyway, this is what I did. I don't know if you looked up.
Oh, wow, look at that. See, yes, that is a very nice little watercolor. That has got, you are just floating around with all sorts of aesthetic decisions there. That is a
Yep.
nice painting.
Oh, thank you.
You bet.
My wife is gonna hang it. She's got. I went in and I put a little bit. I need to put a little more mixed media in it.
You've seen enough James Gurney videos that you've
I don't know if I've ever.
internalized it.
I don't know if I've ever watched a James Carney
Oh, you
video.
haven't?
Does he do
Yeah, those are
watercolor?
great. Oh, he does.
He does everything.
He tends to do a little more like gouache. They're usually pretty opaque watercolors.
Dude, I have a really nice gouache set I've done
There you
one
go.
painting in. Where is that thing at? I'll have to
Well,
find
it
it.
looks like you like floating, but you can float those gouaches just fine.
Oh, can you?
Oh yeah.
I did a gouache in my last sketchbook. I did a gouache Wonder Woman, but we were, at one point, I wasn't before Dan wrote me into his circus. I was not doing anything, and I was painting because that's to me. I mean, to me, I don't care what you say. To me, like the king of all arts is oil painting. To me,
Sure.
if I mean, people will say, "Are you an artist?" And I always tell them, "No, no, no," because I don't oil paint. So
Mm-hmm.
you know, well, I can't find that gouache. Anyway, we were traveling, Michelle and I kind of got this idea. I was reading about how here it is. Illustrators use gouache a lot,
Mm-hmm.
and I think I've used it in college, but I didn't really have a nice set.
Mm-hmm.
So I bought this we stopped at an art supply place, and I bought this, and
It
it's
looks like
just
a nice set, a little nice little
yeah.
primary set.
This was a little pricey. I don't want to tell you how much I paid for it, but it was
Well, the whole bean, I mean, that comes
yeah. It wasn't
it comes ahead of time with saying that costs some money.
it was not a cheap purchase.
Mm-hmm.
But I mean, I don't care. I mean, it's just like with all those sketchbooks I bought. I mean, I was looking around the other day, and I'm like, I'm fixed for sketchbooks. I never have to
Mm-hmm.
buy another sketchbook again. And then I got
Mm-hmm.
this. I showed you this, the little watercolor set I have.
Yeah.
That's a nice little set. And then I got another one. I mean, I could paint. I don't have any oils. You keep
Well,
talking
I tell
about
you what, this is the inspiration is coming straight into my veins
from
from all the
AI.
AI, from all the
I'm gonna
AI.
paint.
Yeah,
That's
it's like
funny.
I just had Grok do the best version of my little Tura Satana versus. So
Oh yeah.
I can show that. I can share that. I think I'll
Show
do
it.
that right
That's
now.
from the
Yeah.
cut. That's from the versus the like the thing in the pit, kind of like the
Yeah.
Frazetta painting,
Yeah,
right?
it's just like Spider-Man by
Yeah,
Frazetta.
yeah. It's on the cover of one of your sketchbooks. You're
Yeah,
not
yeah,
not
it's on
idle hands. The other
Sticky
one,
Doodles.
Sticky Doodles, dude. I
I
mean, I
got,
love your sketchbooks. I've
here
told
we
you that
go.
multiple times. I think that's the one that you drew a picture of Cyclops in the back for me, and he's saying, "Die, commie."
Oh, yeah, that we were at some con. Oh, well, no, I think we were at having breakfast or something
I don't know what
with a bunch
I
of
was.
people. This one guy told me that everybody's impression of me from social media was that I was some sort of super commie hater, and
Oh yeah.
I guess that's what I've thrown out about myself. So yeah,
Why
I
not,
deserve it.
dude? I'm gonna tell you right now. I want a shirt because when I was a kid, I had a friend, Sean Sample. Oh, I should say his name, Sean Sample, and he wanted to be a soldier, a mercenary. That was his thing.
Uh-huh.
I'm going to the after school. I'm gonna go into the National Guard. I'm gonna learn all this stuff, and then I'm gonna become a mercenary. That was his thing. Which I think about now,
Wow,
and I'm
that's
like,
amazing.
jeez. But he read Soldier of Fortune magazine,
I
dressed
tell
in
you what, nothing will
camo.
make you into one other than, that focus,
Well, I
he's
don't know what
halfway there.
I don't know what he became, but he he anyway, he was really into that, and he had two shirts that I would love to own, and I could
Uh-huh.
buy. I mean, I've seen them, but I don't dare wear them. One of them said, "Kill a commie for your mommy," and,
Uh-huh.
and one of them said, "Kill them all, let God sort them out."
Right.
And
I've heard that one.
I would love to get one of each of those. Here's the thing, though. If you're involved in a self-defense incident,
Uh-huh.
that kind of stuff will come back to haunt
Oh
you.
yeah, yeah. They'll say you were just
You
looking
were
for
just
trouble, weren't
dying.
you?
You were just
You
looking. What
you
was it?
couldn't wait to trigger somebody, could you? Yep.
Yep. So we get the concealed carry magazine, which is put out by the people we got our insurance through, and they're like, don't put skulls on your car. Don't
Yeah,
don't
don't do
you
that
know?
kind of
Don't
stuff.
do anything. Don't dress like the Punisher. Don't wear skull beanie. Don't do anything to, because if something happens, you're gonna have to, every decision like that you're gonna defend in court. And
Yeah, yeah.
you want to be.
That's a smart little group. Yeah, you don't want to be already on Ruby Ridge as far as your
Nope, nope. Yeah,
what they can read about you.
you don't wear the from time to time the Tree of Liberty must be fed with
Yeah,
the blood of patriots shirt like
yeah, that
McVeigh
sort of
was
thing.
wearing. You well, and I've always said, so like, well, I don't know how much I should even talk about, but I've always said, uh, if I ever have to defend myself, probably my biggest advantage would be probably look like the last person you'd expect to be, you know,
Packing.
strapping.
Yeah.
Yeah,
There's my Tura fighting in the
Oh
pit. You
wow.
see what a nice
Holy
touch that thing
cow.
does. It's like,
Did you crop off the watermark or did it?
oh no, this isn't Gemini. This is Grok. Grok, I have
Oh,
discovered, does this NCYF prompt, and it respects the sketch. See, that is that sketch right there. I mean, it's
wow. That's
pretty cool,
cool
huh?
looking. Yeah, that's
Yeah,
cool. Will you send that to me?
sure.
Just email it to me or
As soon
whatever.
as
You
I
can do that.
figure out how to
How
delete
to
it,
how to how to
remove.
remove it from the
Yeah,
show.
there we go. I got it.
That's cool looking.
Yeah, I just really dug the fact that, hey, look what I can do.
Yeah.
Oh,
Well,
holy, it's not me. It's it's just
yeah.
understanding how to use this wonderful new technology.
Well, I mean, it's like, so so I use it a lot at work. I mean, I told you before we started, I've used it. I've
Mhm.
used it. In fact, you know what Gemini will do? Gemini will read your emails and and I can tell it, did I miss anything? Can you give me bullet points on anything I missed that may have been important in the emails?
Yes, I'm getting in. I've just discovered that that little Gemini mark is on your YouTube. And these maddening YouTube creators that never get around to telling you what they're about to try to teach you, you can get a summary of what that video presents to you.
Oh, yeah, because Google is connected to
Yeah,
YouTube?
Google is YouTube.
Oh,
And you just click on that and say, "Well, I'm done with that 11-minute experience. I just read the two paragraphs you were about to present with your long-winded thing." And that, what's funny is that is shortening
yeah, that kind of works
what?
against them. Yeah.
Yes, it's shortening AI generated scripts is what it's doing. It's like, okay, someone is giving you a long-winded AI script that you aren't even reading. This is a robot reading to me.
Oh, yeah. And I mean, I know a lot of people. I mean, you've been kind of vilified by some people online that we know that are artists,
Uh-huh.
but and I kind of
And I
like
get it.
sure, I
Just kidding.
totally get it because it's the wolves at the door for them.
Yeah, oh yeah, well, yeah, well, yes, I'm not even thinking about anybody I can sell art to anymore. It didn't even in
Right,
my mind.
right.
It's
You and
like that.
I are kind of in kind of the same position. I'm
Mhm.
drawing this. I'm drawing this because I love drawing comics, but uh, I don't go. Oh my god! I mean, I turn down work. I don't want work. You
Uh-huh.
know. I mean, you know, why would I want to do? I mean,
Well, it's just that it's such an automatic pain in the butt usually to work for anybody.
well, and I don't need the money,
Hmm.
and which already alienates me with a lot of artists. But
Hmm.
I don't feel like, okay, I'm gonna work. I mean, I'd rather work on my comic book that I'm not getting any money for than be like, and I get it all the time. Like, hey, can you draw my book cover? And people go, oh, you need to email my friend. He does children's books, and he wants you. You'd be great at doing his cover. Like, I'd rather stick my eye out with a stick. wait, I
Yeah.
better poke my eye out with a stick. I mean, I don't want to do any. I mean, this is what I want to do.
Mm-hmm.
So, in fact, I'll tell you a story. I'll tell this online or on thing. I don't know. Dan's not. Is Dan on here? I mean, this
He
isn't
is
a.
not. He's not.
Okay, because I haven't told Dan. I mean, Dan wouldn't care, but uh, so I have done a comic book called Heaven's Rejects.
Mm-hmm.
The writer called me. That's another reason I didn't get much done on this. The writer called me this week. I talked to him for a couple hours one night, but he's like, "Hey, this is not dead." He goes, "I got an idea to collect it for a graphic novel," and I'm like, "What?"
Oh,
And
absolutely. That's what I've
he,
told you. You should
well,
do and go
yeah,
beyond him.
well, so yeah. In fact, it's funny because I was thinking about that the other day, and I was thinking I
Mm.
could take Ellis up on his offer to write that for me.
Yeah,
But
yeah. Just let
no,
me.
so
Now
so
you don't need it. Now
right,
Grok will write it for you,
yeah.
or Imagine, or
God, I
Gemini.
wonder. You know what? I wonder if I could load the pages into Gemini
Yes.
and say, "Can you look at this and write
Write
dialogue
me a
for this?
script. Yeah.
Write
Yeah.
di."
Don't tell it a thing about it.
No, no, no.
And
I tell it the. You know what?
absolutely.
Yeah, I'd have to figure out what to tell it, what not to tell it. I know you're saying nothing, but you
Oh,
know,
just let it find its own way, and then rewrite it.
that'd be a funny experiment, if nothing
Yes,
else.
it would be.
Anyway, this guy, the writer, Greg, he is teaching creative writing at, of all places, a women's prison, and he has taken Heaven's Rejects into the women's prison, which I'd be scared to, but he has bravely done that. And apparently the women in prison just love it.
Excellent.
And he said they've made me realize that there's like something to this.
Well,
And
yeah.
he's
I mean,
like,
you may not get the night, the big market of Marvel fans, but that's what you got to shoot beyond. You gotta say
well, yeah,
who
yeah, yeah,
who
yeah.
who else? Yeah, yeah. I mean, everything is got. You know.
Oh, he was like, it speaks to. I'm going to paraphrase because I don't really know what he was talking about, but he said it speaks to feminine archetypes and I mean he really was like he's like they've opened my eyes about how great it is. I'm like, okay, that's cool. Anyway, so he said I'll
Well,
get
that's a great angle because if there's anything that's more of its time, it's appealing to some sort of, you know,
feminine
female. Yeah,
archetype,
yep.
whatever, yeah, however you want to define that. I'm not even sure what that means, but anyway, he said, oh yeah, and apparently he talked about, I don't know. Anyway, so I mean, I was like, "Do I have to do anything?" And he's like, "Nope." And I'm like, "Sounds good. I'm on board."
Yeah,
I told
absolutely. Well, I mean, did he reach out to you or what?
No, he reached out to me. Well, and I told him, I said, we occupy kind of this weird space because nothing's going on with the story, but I don't own it and you don't own it. We own it, and I didn't tell him I was thinking about stealing his half, but
Or at least repurposing it. I mean, just use your app. Well, of course, in terms of like, a writer is going to look at something that was based on his work and say that wouldn't exist if it were not for me. But at the same time, if he can't find a speck of his writing
yeah.
present in it, what's he going to say about it?
Well, I mean, I mean,
Other than obviously the
he
scene
did
setting.
write the scenes. I mean, he wrote it. I
Yeah,
mean,
he wrote it.
I
You're
never,
right. I guess.
I wouldn't. Well, I mean, you and I have talked about doing something with it, and I
Mhm.
told him, I said, I think it'd be great as a black and white. Anyway, he's got a friend who is really like into Kickstarter stuff, and she's a good graphic designer, and she does all the. He said, I'll talk to her and see. And I'm like, okay, whatever. I mean, but I honestly had been kind of like, I don't ever want to see that project. And
Yeah, well, that
he,
sort of thing bites you a little bit, but
yeah,
it would be
well,
great to see it again if it was something that was real, that was going to hit market and all that.
if people appreciated it, you
Yeah, that's
know.
right. Yeah, if it got a new life.
Well, he said he felt like the company never, really supported it. And we talked about how the thing kind of broke down. And I said, well, they said they would. I tried to talk to the guy and I asked him some questions, and he never would answer my question. And one day I was frustrated, and I just ranted a little bit online and just said, man, it's so frustrating because I can't get my editor to talk to me. And apparently, a bunch of people were mad at him also because even though I didn't name him, never named him, I didn't call him out, they tagged him and they complained about him, and he felt he had to address it, and he took great umbrage at it. And then so I said, well, he didn't answer any of my questions. He didn't do, and Greg kind of was like, well, he wasn't doing this or what, and I'm going. I was like, maybe. And I thought about it later, and I'm like, no, screw that guy. He did not do
Hmm.
me any favors. I don't want to say I don't forgive him because, I don't
Well,
wish him ill, but I don't regret, you know, and his response to me was unnecessary. And it only came about because he felt like I had called him out, you know, And Chris said, well, I think he felt like you attacked him. How did I attack him? I didn't name him. I
hmm.
didn't name the company. I didn't even name the project. I just said, it was so frustrating because, but whatever. Anyway, um,
Well, that's the sort of thing that I mean, obviously that went on at top levels of every aspect of comic books. Everybody
oh,
that's
yeah.
ever worked for
Yeah.
anybody has quit and stormed out, etc. of the process. Kirby
Yeah.
could never be made happy for the way he was being treated, and of course, ultimately, Kirby is one of the biggest guys to ever get ripped off by anybody. Considering that we're talking about $1 billion
No, jeez. Yeah.
of profit that was squarely on his. Hey, there's Dan. He wants to know what's up. Hey, Dan,
I'm
we
I'm
see
working
you.
on this. I'm working on this splash page or this splash panel that has kind of eluded me a little bit. I don't know. I wonder if he heard that story
Did you tell it live or did we wait before we started to tell it? I don't
about
remember now.
the Heaven's Rejects.
Oh, no, no, I don't know if he heard Heaven's Rejects or not.
Oh yeah, somebody wants to. So the writer, I'll tell Dan, the writer of my previous project, one of my previous projects, Heaven's Rejects, um, reached out to me this week, and he's like, "I'm gonna try and get a Kickstarter going," which I mean, I'll support to the
Oh,
point of.
Dan doesn't want to get arthritis and he wants me to send him a note to how to get in, so I'll just do that.
Oh my gosh, Dan cannot wait to get on. Dan. He's chomping at the bit.
Okay,
He's got his own show. He wants to crash ours. Did you send
okay.
it to him? Send it to him.
Not yet. I've got to
Oh, send it to him.
I got to get everything. It takes me a while to make the brain work. Here we
It's
go.
okay. Expectations are low.
There we go. He's got the link now.
Okay, Dan, it's all on
Or in
you.
moments, he'll have it.
If
Takes a while.
if I've learned one thing about Dan, it's that his internet is unreliable.
There you go. I think last
He
time we
lives
waited
in
about 5 minutes for him to get what I sent him.
I don't know if it's that bad, but I think he lives.
Close.
I think he lives in the darkest Appalachia
There we go.
somewhere. I don't know what.
That's
I don't know
always
what.
my term. I forget when. I think it was my dad that one time said, Well, he may have been laughing at somebody else that phrased it that way. Darkest Arkansas.
Well, I was gonna say, was your dad wasn't from Arkansas, was he?
Oh yeah, oh yeah.
Oh, he was. Okay,
He
how'd
was
they
from
end up
Little
here?
Texas, Arkansas, and
How?
he used to crack up every time he heard that, Dizzy Dean mentioned it on national. Oh, there he is. He's right here.
Oh, jeez.
He's probably just been sitting here for ages. Hey, Dan, what's
Probably.
up?
Hey guys, what's up?
Hey, Dan. So, did you hear
Actually,
my story? How much did you hear?
well, I heard that the guy from Heaven's Rejects wants you to work on the book again, and is doing the
No,
kick.
no, 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 no. You misheard that.
Okay.
I am not working on the book again. Well, let me not characterize it. He reached out to me because the writer. You should try this for experience, Dan. The writer is teaching a creative writing class at a women's prison, and which I can imagine you in a women's prison. But anyway, they
Why? I'm wondering what makes him a candidate for being in a women's prison. I don't know.
he identified. Never mind.
Okay,
Anyway,
because he'll go
For,
ahead.
for any for you ladies out there, or thinking about going over and becoming complete lesbians,
Oh God.
I'm your test. If you do not go complete lesbian after this, then you will never going to be a lesbian. Now, why are
anyway,
9 of the 10 of you getting up and walking out here saying, "I'm done, I'm out"? Come on, give me a chance.
I'm
I'm a human being, damn it.
When's my parole?
I'm
Anyway,
a human being, damn it. I have feelings. Come on.
anyway, he said that the women there really have responded to Heaven's Rejects, and he said that talking to them about it has kind of made him appreciate it more, and he talked about the feminine, I don't know, roles and all this kind of, anyway, so so he's like, I really think there's a market for it. We got screwed by the publisher, which, and anyway, so he's like, I'm gonna do. What would you think about doing a Kickstarter for? And I'm like, hey, what do I have to do? And he's like, nah, probably nothing.
Nothing.
And I'm like, I'm in, man.
I'm in.
Show me the money.
Sweet.
Anyway, so I mean, if they need I would do a cover. Somehow I've fallen in love with doing covers.
I think that's what everybody would like to be doing. I'm I'm all in love with though Joe Kubert all over again from looking at
from that book.
From The Unknown Soldier, yeah. Gosh. I just wish it was all him is what I wish, but it's it's pretty densely packed with him.
I've got what do I have? Is it Enemy Ace?
Oh, that's a great one. I've got that too.
I think I've got Enemy
That's a
Ace.
great book. Well, you ought to crack that out if you haven't studied it closely. I think, and sometimes I think this guy may be the best guy that ever. Well, of course, he had the school. I mean,
yeah, I've got so much stuff that I could study. I'm taking off the week of Memorial Day, and I'm gonna try and really dig into a lot of stuff.
I'm not saying a close study. I'm just saying,
just read it.
The usual osmosis of looking at it.
Gotcha.
It's like, because he doesn't. I better hide that again. He doesn't knock himself out. He's got a formula of that sort of presentation your watercolor did of let's have just a couple of simple planes that brings you into the picture, and don't complicate it overly, and it's just
man, when I was a kid I wanted to go to that school.
Oh, it would do anybody a world of good to go to that school. I knew a guy that went to the school, Eric Shanauer, that was in our little group.
Age of Bronze.
He mocked it though, but he's one of those guys that was going to be, a great artist on his own. But obviously having made the decision to go to a school for it, he's obviously going to mock what ever happens in the school. That's what you do when you go to school.
Yes.
It's like these people.
Well, we talk about the Kubert School. I think my personal opinion is I think it kind of outlived its usefulness because I know before everything started going wonky with DC and Marvel, and they started doing all the. I'm trying to think of a polite way of putting it with the artists and the Tumblr artists and writers that they've hired. The big problem is that they stopped taking open submissions for most of the companies. And I heard that basically even companies like Archie would just go to Kubert on Open Portfolio Day. And it's not a bad thing because you get a chance to see all these artists that have been educated, but they're all being taught by the same teacher. So they're all learning the same things.
Well, there would be a, what do you call that when something gets inbred? Anyway, yeah.
Inbreeding.
Inbreeding, whatever. I was thinking of another term for
Yeah, I think there's
that
a
sort of
different
thing.
term, but that's a good term.
Yeah.
Well, when I was a kid, I wanted to go there, and this was probably in the late 70s, if maybe early 80s, and I got their catalog actually, and I was like, just the idea of like moving to New Jersey was like, ooh,
Yeah.
I mean that's like Mars from here.
Get out in the barrens. Yeah.
Well, but what's crazy
Oh,
is
it's-
I have relatives up there, so it wouldn't have been too bad of a stretch, but it's still, I mean, at the
Yeah,
time, it
I
just
think of,
seemed-
that New Jersey as some sort of like brownstones and all that row houses, and it's not really. It's got
No,
a
yeah,
lot
you
of,
watched too many Sopranos.
exactly. Yeah.
Well, we spent a week in New Jersey last year. Our friend lives in New Jersey, so
Oh, I got to share my newest storytelling passion with Dan. Find out if he's seen it too. Hey, Dan, are you into Mr. In Between at all?
I've heard of it, but I don't think I've had a chance to see it yet.
Well, as a writer, you really owe it to yourself to see Mr. In Between. It is some of the best writing you're going to come across, man. It is awesome. And it's funny. And, well, I got it from DVDs on the library, so it's out there.
Oh, is that where you got it, from the library?
Yeah.
What is it about? I've never even heard of it, Ellis, till you were talking about in the.
Well, it's this Australian guy that the main reason you're interested in him is because we're dumped in his world, and we're dumped into his world so efficiently. We know everything about him in the first show, and it's so casual. You haven't had to work at all. And this guy is very unusual. He is the muscle for this guy that's just basically a sleazy club owner. And, he's just a guy used to be in the army or whatever, and he's a tough guy and a no-nonsense guy. And so he's got this, value. And then it goes from there. It's just, that's it. It's his life, and his life includes the fact he used to be married and has a super cute little mixed race Asian daughter that's about 8 that he has to take care of every now and then, with the because he's divorced, so he has to come pick her up, and without telling you a thing, he just walks into the kitchen one day, and the guy goes, "Hey, brother." And he's got something wrong with him, and that's all is he's got something wrong with him. So he's ill. He falls down later, but it's that sort of storytelling. They're just showing you this guy's world.
What era is it from? What time frame?
It's a modern era. It's Australia, though.
Oh.
I sure wish I had captions on that DVD, but
Oh, that's right. You were saying that.
yeah, it's thick.
Accents were thick.
Yeah.
I just checked. It is on Hulu.
Oh, it's on Hulu. Well, watch it.
I was what I can do. It sounds good, and
it's very good. You'll know that it's beyond my ability to describe how good it is once you start watching it.
I got on a kick recently where I started rewatching Hogan's Heroes.
Oh, nice.
Well, those are that cool. We've got a formula, and by golly, we know what we're doing, kind of thing. It's kind of like Andy Griffith we were talking about last time.
Well, I'm loving it because every episode, just about every episode, has somebody that you can point to and say, "Hey, I know that guy from that show. I know that guy from that."
Yes, yes,
Yeah.
yes.
I've seen-
And where do
There's
we know
always
that from? That's
some pilot or something that got shot down, and they got to get him to the underground because he knows the location of the German ball bearing factory.
we got to get him out. We can't get out, but we got to get this guy out.
Well, they can't
Yeah.
leave because they're doing too much good for the OSS.
Yeah, that's right.
Well, so far I've seen Parley Bear, who played the Mayor Stoner, and Andy Griffin. Whit Bissell, who was in
Whit Bissell.
Frankenstein. Yeah, it was one of my all-time favorite actors.
He's in everything. He's in Creature of the Black Lagoon. He's in everything.
Do you know I actually got to interview him one time?
Oh, really?
I did. He was in a retirement home in California, and unfortunately, his memory wasn't that good. He apologized because he was like, I'd ask him about movies, and he remembered Creature because people talked to him so much about it. But he had a couple of great stories. He talked about how his wife passed away after their daughter was only like maybe 3 or 4 years old, and Whit was talking about how he was having a hard time finding somebody to babysit the baby and do auditions.
Mm-hmm.
And so one of his female friends, who was an actress, called up and wanted to know how. She was like, "I won't do the voice because it'll give away who it is." But she wanted to know, how are you? How's the baby? And he tells them what's happening and says, "Let me guess. All those bitches at the funeral who went on about how if there's anything you need, just call on me. They're not helping." And he's like, "Unfortunately, they can't." And I was like, "Well, I'll tell you what you do. You bring the baby to my house tomorrow. When's your next audition? You got an audition tomorrow. You bring the baby here. Anytime you get an audition, I'll take care of the baby, or my maid or somebody here at the house will take care of the baby." And it was Betty Davis.
Now wait, let's hear you do Betty Davis now.
I think the way I've done it before is like, so let me guess, those bitches at the funeral.
Yeah.
Hey,
I get it.
That's not bad.
But my favorite story, and this actually made me smile because it made him smile. Have you ever seen an episode he did called Nightmare about Outer Limits?
Yes, I've seen all the Outer Limits. Let me think about which one that is. I remember Bissell being in Outer Limits. Now let me think which one that is. Nightmare. I don't know which one was it.
This is the one where Earth is supposed to be at war with this alien planet, and it's set in a prisoner of war. Hogan's Heroes. It's amazing. It's set in a prisoner of war camp on an alien planet. And basically, what's happening is that the aliens are slowly starting to try to turn the Earthmen against each other.
Yes, well, that's the one with Sheen in it. Yeah.
Yes. Martin Sheen, very young Martin. I mean, he looks like a baby. He is so young.
He looks like what's his face? He looks like
Charlie. Yeah.
Well, more like it. Well, he looks like both of them. He looks like Estevez and Charlie. Yeah.
But he's in it. John Hoyt, who did all these westerns, plays the alien.
He's in everything too on TV. Yeah.
But it's great, and it's one of these episodes. I've actually had people watch it, and it makes them uncomfortable because there's this one scene where they blind one of the soldiers.
Did Ellison have anything to do with that one?
No, he didn't. He came in the first season, and second season was second season when Ellison came in.
Mm-hmm.
But one of them has died, and it turns out to be his family sold out his grandfather to the Nazis to save them. And there's a scene where he has a heart attack, and
they cut him open.
Yeah. But they asked the blind guy, "Do you want to see again? And what would you be willing to see your dead comrade?" And he's like, he saw him on the examination table. His chest was ripped open, the heart was gone, and it breaks down psychologically. And it turns out to be this is all a psychological test. It turns out to be the aliens accidentally destroyed an Earth outpost, but they made peace with the humans and said, "What can we do to make this up?" And they were like, "Help us engage to find out what would happen if humans were captured by aliens." Basically, this is to find out who would break.
Right.
Oh, God.
Yeah, it is.
That sounds like an Outer Limits episode right there, man.
But it's great because I was explaining this to Whit, and he was like, "Well, you played a general." I was like, well, I played a lot of generals." So
Yes, he did.
I gave him a point, and I said, "Martin Sheen's in it." It's like one of Martin Sheen's first roles, and he stopped. He said, "Martin Sheen's in it?"
Yeah, he never saw him.
Well, he's like,
well, he can't remember it.
No, they weren't even, no need for them to even be close to each other in that production.
Well, the thing was, I explained to him that it was like Martin Sheen, one of Martin Sheen's first shows. And he's like, I don't watch a lot of TV, but I love West Wing. I think it's like one of the best shows. And I love Martin Sheen as an actor. I think he's so good. And it's like, my biggest regret was not being able to work with certain actors. But now you told me I did work with Martin Sheen, and I never knew it.
Yeah, he didn't work with him. He was just, he was giving his line. He's in a dark room with a weird looking goof, a great makeup on the alien. It's one of the top makeups I think associate with Outer Limits. They did a great job on that one. It's kind of related to their first one, Galaxy being, in terms of like style, as far as the look of it. Only much more arch, very, very demonic looking.
Yeah. But it did make him happy, so I can't argue with that. It made him happy.
There you go. Yeah, that's good. That's good. What's the Outer Limits that Alan Moore stole for the end of Watchmen, where they made that guy look like an alien?
Oh, Architects of Fear with
Architects of Fear. Yeah,
Robert Culp.
Which is great because I remember reading about there was like one affiliate that refused to show the alien, so they blacked it out, and then they showed it like at the 11 o'clock news. If you wanted to see the alien, you had to tune in.
That's awesome.
No, had some great episodes. I love.
They were great little shows. I enjoyed that time of the week. When it rolled by.
I was on an Outer Limits kick a few months ago. I watched a bunch of them. I didn't make it through all of them, but it started. I watched Demon with the Glass Hand.
Mm-hmm.
Well, that one, I guess, I mean, in terms of like, if you watch Dreams with Sharp Teeth, is that what it's called? I think it's called Dreams with Sharp Teeth.
Is that the documentary about Ellis?
Yeah, on Ellison.
Probably.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
And, that's kind of where he and Culp were pretty good friends, I think. If you go by that documentary, anyway, they knew each other.
I think that's on Amazon. I need to watch that.
That's a good show. I mean, it's got, it's before Neil Gaiman had his baggage, his Swalwell-like baggage.
Before we found out he was canoodling with the babysitter, or maid, or whatever she was.
That's the deal. People wondering how these things happen. Your whole sex drive gets used on what is, what do they call that factor of when you're in school together?
Available? What?
Yeah, available, and you're in the same, you're in the same neighborhood is the reason you're together with whoever you're with,
Well, yeah. I mean, I have told several people at work who lamented the fact they did not have a significant other in their life. Like,
all they got to do is join Greenpeace. I don't know. You'll get one.
Well, I told them the problem was geography. Just not in the right spot.
Propinquity. That's what the little girl on the Dobie Gillis show used to tell Dobie. He said, "I'm sorry, Dobie, you're a victim of propinquity. We go to school together. We're going to be in the same class together alphabetically. We'll be close at all times, and you cannot resist the fact that we will be married." She's a little, she's a funny little smart ass, just cute as she could be. She ended up, I guess, she loved, one of the people she loved was, of course, Maynard. And she said early on, that was a guy that you knew you could count on. Old Maynard was a
Maynard.
guy that he looked after the girls and stuff like that.
I've tried to watch Dobie Gillis. Nah.
For its era, it was kind of like the Smart Show or whatever. Probably doesn't seem all that smart now.
It's not about Denver's best work. I still got to go with Gilligan's Island for.
Oh well, yeah. I mean that Gilligan was a great.
Well, to be honest, if I was to watch a Gilligan's Island today, I'd probably run.
If you
But
had
I mean,
to watch one.
as a kid, I loved it. You know.
Yeah.
It's still got some great moments. A great cast.
Sure.
Russell Johnson. I mean, come on, you got.
Yeah.
Was that the skipper?
Yeah. No. He's the professor.
Oh, the professor.
The professor from Attack of the Crab Monsters.
I was gonna say he was in a horror movie as a professor, wasn't he?
Yeah.
He's in This Island Earth. They came from outer space. He was in 2 Twilight Zones.
Yeah, This Island Earth. You know how Gilligan smoked pot. Somebody in wait a second, Ellis Goodson. Sega Genesis Shadowrun named NPCs after him. Yeah, that's right. Hey, Deep Friendship, how you doing? You understand? Deep in Friendship. Gilligan smoked pot. Yeah.
There was a rumor that apparently packages were being exchanged between him, Don Wells, and Russell Johnson.
Yeah.
That's what I've heard. So I don't know if that's true or not, but that's what I heard.
Hopefully it is. You know, I mean, back in the day, it was just a hip kind of jazz kind of thing to be doing, smoking a little pot. Back in the day, nowadays, I say all the time, it's like the difference is now you're basically bending your brain into. It wasn't good for you back then. You know,
I was gonna say, where are you going?
But it was weaker. It was weaker. It was I've heard this pot. I've been smoking it for 2 hours, and I still am not high. You know, and whatever. You know, you'd get ripped off is the way you used to think of it. Is like you were destined to be ripped off if you were buying pot on a regular basis.
Yeah.
I remember when I was in college. One kid made a ton of money going around selling
oregano.
Yeah, to the hippies.
Yeah.
He had a thing where it was like pot for like 50 cents a bag and peanut butter and jelly sandwiches for $3 a piece.
Yeah, that sounds like my era. Yeah.
He cleaned up.
Yeah. Well, to a certain extent, it's like anything where if you've got any sort of like the feeling that you're smarter than who you're around, exploiting, and of course, having a bunch of potheads to deal with, you're saying, you know what, these guys would buy oregano for me. But then later on, you learn one of the subgenres you're dealing with by being in the drug culture is the vengeance for the guy that ripped you off, the vengeance for the guy that just took your money and never showed up with your pot. Those sort of things exist as a genre in my era. You know, you could endanger your life by living like that.
I don't think that's changed any now.
No, yeah, exactly.
People don't like being ripped off anymore nowadays.
Yeah, that's true.
Well, what you do is, if you're smart, you sell them 3 bags. You sell them 1 bag of the good stuff, 2 bags of the oregano. Let them sample the good stuff. Let them get high. Then then leave them with the crap.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, you've got. That's the point. You've got all kinds of ways to rip somebody off. And of course, nowadays, it's so dangerous because they're ripping you off by cutting it with something they've got that's easy to get hold of for them. They're cutting it with fentanyl.
Oh yeah, you'll get high, but
yeah, it'll be your last high.
This is why I stick to snack cakes and cookies, because they can't mess with them.
Oh yeah.
Well, I did want to hop on just for one reason, Scott. I've got good news and I have bad news for you.
Oh no! Am I throwing out the script?
No. You're getting the script soon, but I went ahead and I wrote chapter 9 too. You're getting.
Did you really?
Dude, I got on a writing tear, and
yes.
See, I told you that's what happens. You stop smoking pot, Dan. You get productive.
dude, no, believe me. No, last weekend, we ran out of papers. I started working on Friday night and went through Saturday, finished up the script Saturday morning, like 2 a.m. Sunday, I had nothing to do. I'm like, you know what? Screw it. I'm going to go and start working on chapter 9. And I just finished it up last night. And I'm going to look it over and make some revisions to it, tweak the dialogue. But actually, it turned out really well. I think you're going to like it a lot. You can put the hug back in, but don't make it too. don't make it weird and sexy, dude. Because I still think he made it a little too weird.
About that. I got to take the hug out. He's taking the hug out, Ellis. Remember the hug?
Oh yeah. I mean, yeah. Anytime you do something good and somebody takes a pose out, it's like, what are you thinking?
Ellis made it weird. Made it too weird and sexy, dude. I'm like, this is like
I thought it was, kind of a.
Oh, I got you.
June, would it be October thing?
Oh,
or
you feel like that moment that Scott just perved it, on a psychological undercurrent. He couldn't help himself. He kind of had to perv it.
Like the guy who runs Pixar now told the guys that are working for Pixar now, we're not going to spend billions of dollars for you to work through your childhood traumas. We're here to make money. So don't
tell me about being some gender that you ain't. Yeah.
Speaking of Pixar, how about all the layoffs, Dan?
I saw that
with Disney. Yeah.
Well, I was listening. Shane Davis had a great video. He was talking about one of the guys that got fired is one of the guys who's been promoting like the variant covers and the blind bags. And
David Gabriel.
Well, he made a very good point about this is the guy who's making you money, and it's like if he's gone, that kind of shows you're not safe. It could be any minute.
No. I mean, everybody can go out that door. You bet.
Well, it's funny that you say that, but like at my work, there were a few people that have been laid off, and I have said I wouldn't be surprised if I got laid off, and people say, "Oh no," and I'm like, "Look, everybody got laid off thinks, oh, I'm too valuable." I said, "That's the way to that's the kiss of death. You got to stay on your toes,
Do you want to send Sobolski a letter saying we need like a coffee boy or something for Black?
No.
We can pay with it. We can pay with smiles and experiences, and we won't. We'll
there we go.
Take off the sushi once every couple of months.
I was watching some video right before we started, and they were talking about how there a lot of people they've fired. There's redundancies or laid off. There's redundancies, and they said, well, surely there's somebody else at Marvel that sits around all day dreaming about food.
I'm thinking between Loki, Tom Brevoort, and Dan Slott. I'm like, when are they not thinking about food? I mean,
I think and then they said, or surely there's somebody else at Marvel that's thinking about what they say about wishing they were dead or something like that. Well, here's the thing. And I mean,
that's what's funny though, is you guys know what you know it close enough that you know exactly who they're talking about.
Right. Oh yeah. Well, and the sad thing is, I mean, I want Marvel to be healthy. I want DC to be healthy. People are like, oh, we need to get rid of the industry would collapse if those two left the industry. There's not enough independent books to keep it going. Yeah. And I mean, that's just in terms of, where would the stores need Marvel and DC to bring in regular customers? Image is not going to do it. And even if Image did, Image is all, a bunch of disparate, titles. They might come in for something, but it's not going to bring in the repeat. I mean, that's the thing that's the genius about comics. It's like soap operas. If a superhero comic is like a soap opera, it's this ongoing perpetual world where you do events, you do stuff, and there's the kind of the illusion of change, but there's not really any change. There's stuff that happens, there's adventures, there's romance and stuff, but it's this ongoing thing, and that's what drives the comic industry. I'm convinced that's what makes people comics fans is
Mm-hmm.
they get those single issues and they're like, I can't wait till the next issue comes
Yep.
out.
Mm-hmm.
I think moving to trades exclusive or moving to writing towards the trades was a mistake. I think it all hurt the industry or hurt the art form. Let me put it that way. And they
Yeah, but it saved them that grind of getting to the presses.
the
As,
grind is just part of it. If you're not up to the
yep.
grind, you shouldn't be working in comics.
Well,
That's
I think the bottom line is everybody found out that nobody was. When you think about how once Lee vacated the spot, all the people they had to go through to find what's a shooter.
oh
He
yeah.
was such a rare bird for being able
Yeah.
to stand it.
Yeah. I mean, I just think the industry. I mean, I think the industry worked better when it was, the art form worked, and I think superheroes only work in comic books. I think comic books are
Right.
best expressed. It's the perfect medium for superheroes because you can draw crazy characters and crazy stuff happening, and if a lot of times if you show it on the movies. You have to kind of tone it
Yeah.
down a little bit, and
Or
to
what you
me,
can show. You can't really in movies. Batman has to be kind of static because it's funny looking to see Batman run.
yeah, yep,
Now,
or
Adam West said it with a bomb, and he was a champ.
Yes, yes. If he's got a bomb over his head, yes. Show Batman
don't get
running.
me started. Yeah, the ultimate Batman, Adam West.
That's true.
Jeez,
That is the ultimate. Yeah.
no,
Yes, it is.
don't encourage him, Ellis. Don't encourage him.
How many
Okay.
how many hours did Michael Keaton play Batman?
I don't know.
You mean on the screen, or how long did he film it?
Well, no, I mean in terms of like what if you sit down and watch every minute of Michael Keaton as Batman,
How
many
long
hours?
would you get?
Maybe 4 hours.
Okay, and Val Kilmer.
Right? Was he in 2?
Oh, and Val Kilmer, almost
Was
nothing.
Val Kilmer in 1?
Yeah,
So
he's in one of them.
2 hours maybe.
And George Clooney.
He was in all of those.
He was
what's his
in
name?
one also, right?
2. He was in
That was a
2.
trick question because George Clooney never played Batman. I will
Oh.
die on that hill. He was not Batman.
Oh.
I will die on that hill.
Yeah,
But-
I guess. Yeah, he wasn't much of a Batman.
How many hours of Adam West?
Oh my gosh! Don't need that.
Oh, that's
How
true.
many-
That's true.
How many were worth watching?
Ooh.
I'm sorry.
Scott, those are fighting words, man. Because
Yeah, I
West,
know. I
West.
know. Well,
Michael Keaton couldn't handle one Catwoman. Adam West had 3, dude.
well, okay. I'll give you that.
3
That was a
Catwoman.
good show. It's hard to
Well,
believe somebody
and-
doesn't like the 1969 Batman. What year was? Yeah, it was about 1969, 66, probably. Actually, way back.
66 to 68. Yeah.
66 through
As
68.
good as yeah, Julie Newmar was the best Catwoman.
Oh, yeah.
I will give you that. I will. Yeah, that's the hill I'll die on. She's still alive. Can you believe that?
I know it. It's
She
pretty
is.
amazing.
Yeah.
It's what happens when you take care of yourself and you yogurt.
Self-grooming.
Yeah. Well, I'm sure she took very good care of herself
No, she's still alive.
throughout her
man.
life.
Lee
Yep.
Merriweather's still alive.
Oh,
Mhm.
really?
Yeah. I think it's her, Lee Merriweather, Joan Collins is still alive, and John Aston who played Riddler in the second season. He's
That's
like
true.
95.
Yeah.
Hang on. Joan Collins is still alive?
Oh yeah, she was doing a signing show somewhere. It was like I can't remember how much they were charging for her autograph, but she was doing a signing show at one time.
Wow.
About last year, yeah.
I did not realize that.
Well, she's got Dynasty, she's got Batman, she's got City on Edge Forever, the Star Trek episode.
Oh, yeah.
And some of the moles are still alive. The henchwomen of the villains.
I thought you meant her moles. Sorry. I was like, what? Dan, is he making a joke?
Hey, Ellis, how would you like to draw a black cricket? I think we got an opening coming up very soon.
Yeah, there you go. I'm drawing black cricket
He's
right
drawing
now.
black cricket now. He's working on a pinup.
Dude, it's like we can disagree about religion. We can disagree about politics. We can even disagree about DC and Marvel. Dude, you can't.
Adam West is a bridge too far.
That's the line, dude. I mean, he's the Bright Knight, dude. Come on.
The Bright Knight.
He is the Bright Knight. That looks good, Ellis. Ellis, I'll send you the script. Let you draw.
There you go. Yeah. Hey, Ellis.
But you know what? I'll give you back, don't you? I'll give you back something totally AI generated.
Ellis, if he sends you a script, don't draw it for 48 hours.
yeah, there you go. Let it. What do you call that?
Let it germinate.
Yes.
Ferment. Let it ferment.
Ferment. That was my word.
Ferment. Well, hey, he is from darkest Appalachia.
Yeah.
Well, come on. I only asked you to change those 2 panels, and trust me, the hug that comes later is going to have a lot more impact. It will have a lot more.
I tease.
I know you do. And you know,
you're not from Appalachia, are you? Is that considered Appalachia?
I'm not, but my dad was. My dad actually was technically a hillbilly.
My dad was too.
And so was Ellis's. Maybe all related.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe.
You know what? We might be.
Your father and your mother's may be related.
That era, if you were if hillbillies, they were coming over from potato famines or wherever they were coming over from. You know, maybe we are all related. Yep.
Well, the only thing that got my dad out of the hills in the 40s was World War II. He got drafted.
Yeah, sure.
And there was a dissertation position in Greensboro, and he ended up staying here, getting a job, and then slowly my grandparents and his relatives all moved down to Greensboro, and kind of they took over basically a suburban block. There was like one street that you went down. It was like, okay, Aunt so and so lives there, Uncle so and so lives there, Uncle Bob, Uncle so and so lives there, and it's like I said, it was just that was the entire street was nothing but Johnsons or Johnson family.
Mm-hmm. Well, guys, we have been at it an hour plus. Do we want to say anything before we go about anything? Hey, Deep in Friendship, thanks for dropping in if you're still out there. But I think he dropped in and engaged in a little trivia with us and dropped back out, I think.
Is that somebody you know, Ellis?
I'm going to have to research and figure out who he is. It says at Deep in Friendship. So that probably is something that links him to what?
So what did he say? He said something about.
He said about me. He knows me. He dropped in and said, Ellis Goodson, Sega Genesis Shadowrun named NPCs after him. Gilligan smoked pot. He's got a picture of himself. He looks like he's was a guy that did some Vietnam warfare as the on the other side. I'm just kidding.
I was going to say, where are you going with this?
I don't know. I'm just kidding.
I was going to say.
No, I tell you what. The Vietnamese are the most anti-communist. We ought to have a Vietnamese president if we want to get rid of some of the problems we've got.
Yeah, probably so. So is somebody in Shadowrun named after you?
Yeah, there's a couple of people when you get into the the quests and all that are
is that the original game?
The one that was on the what as he said the Sega Genesis.
Oh, gotcha. Okay,
mm-hmm.
I was just curious.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, are we done? My phone just popped up and says battery's getting low.
So okay, we will end the stream. Dan, thanks for coming by, man.
Can I just say the opinions and views expressed by Scott Sackett do not reflect those of me? Right now.
Especially regarding
really disavowing of the Adam West comments.
Adam West. Immortal
Great
Adam
West.
West. Okay, yeah, the great.
The
Great
great.
Well, what
Adam
was
West.
the pilot that became a hit that only had one episode or something like that? Have you ever seen that with Adam West in it?
No.
Oh, well,
Dan may
anyway.
have.
Yeah, I was figured he had. Okay, we're going to end it.
Okay.
I will say there is one pilot. If you've never seen it, I do highly recommend it.
Okay.
Have you guys ever seen a show called Alexander the Great?
No.
Okay.
No.
I'm not kidding you. I joke about a lot of things, but I do not joke about this. This is real. As I told Michael
Okay.
Urey, Michael Urey thought I was kidding. I said it's very real. The pilot or the show was going to be the story of Alexander the Great, basically told like a Western.
What?
They were going to be
Sounds
like
cool.
They're going to be like weekly adventures. Alexander the Great would have conflicts and woo women and fight bad guys, and it was going to be basically a Western shot like a sword and sandal film.
Oh, cool.
That's crazy.
The pilot guest starred Joseph Cotton.
Oh.
Mm-hmm. There you go.
How old was-
Cotton
how-
runs the gamut from the worst things on earth to the
Oh God, the best
tip
movie
top
ever.
of everything that was ever done. He was in
Yep.
The Third Man and all that great stuff.
Okay, but now here's the topper. Here are the two selling points.
Yeah.
I can't remember the character's name, but Alexander's best friend was going to be played by Adam West.
Ah.
No, it all goes back to Adam West, doesn't it?
Alexander the Great was going to be played by. Are you sitting down?
Okay.
I am sitting down.
William Shatner.
Excellent. Oh, that would have been awesome.
You would have had the Shat and the Bat in
The
this
Shat
production
and
together.
The Bat.
That is awesome to think about. A lot of good sword fighting. Those little short swords.
And I am thoroughly convinced. I'm thoroughly convinced that the multiverse exists. That there are parallel universes. Somewhere out there, Alexander the Great ran for 8 seasons, and because of this, Jack Lord ended up playing Captain Kirk, and Lyle Wagner ended up playing Batman.
There you go.
And neither Star Trek or Batman were successful because
Because of that casting.
West Alexander the Great
Yeah.
ran
the
for 8
wrong
seasons.
actor.
Yep.
Uh,
That
Dan,
sounds likely.
you weave worlds of intrigue in your head.
But it's on YouTube. If you guys get a chance to watch it,
I will look for it. I am going to look for it.
It is. Michael got nervous looking at it. He's like, "How homoerotic is this?" It's like it's fairly homoerotic.
Well, those sword and sandal
That's any of
movies
those
were.
sword and
Yeah,
sandal movies.
yeah. I mean, a bunch of guys running around, a bunch of
Wha-
thick, muscled guys
Why
running
is
around with mini
Hercules
skirts.
wrestling that guy?
Yeah.
That's what the-
And that was the big action scene. They would clasp. It'd be Gordon Scott, and they'd lock up and tie up, and they'd just be walking around together. Yeah, you bet.
If you want a double feature, get that and a movie called White Comanche.
Oh yeah,
It's-
White Comanche, Gordon Scott.
Well, this is one with William Shatner.
Oh, no, that's that's what's his name, Hercules, Steve Reeves.
Steve Reeves?
Steve Reeves.
Steve
Yeah.
Reeves? Hmm.
Yeah.
The quote Frankenfooter from Rocky Horror Picture Show, Steve Reeves movie. Yes.
Mm-hmm.
I
Steve Reeves.
I
movie.
recently, probably in the last 6 months, I bought a 2-pack of Hercules and whatever the direct sequel is called, and I watched them. They're only about an hour and a half apiece. I watched them back to back one after.
Hercules Unchained. Those were
Unchained, that's
those
what it
were
is, yep.
huge hits. They were huge.
Yeah.
They started the whole penetration of that particular Italian. I mean, it unleashed the Italians on trying to make movies for our market. Yeah.
Yeah. As well it should have.
Yeah.
There's
Okay.
always Three Stooges beat Hercules too. which is-
What did you see that the Hercules, that pack you got? There's one Hercules where the dubbing for Hercules is not the great deep voice theatrical dubbing. And I cannot imagine watching that movie without the voice that I was accustomed to, which is
that kind of booming
oh,
voice.
booming deep voice. It's gotta be. It's gotta be.
I believe that's the voice. On
Okay,
my
great.
copies.
Yeah, it's
It's been a few months since I watched them though.
yeah.
But I saw them the other day. I was like, I need to watch those again.
The gods be whatever. He's got
Yeah.
those great lines in it.
Yeah. Okay, I gotta go. My phone's
Okay.
about dead.
We
guys.
done.
Okay,
Bye-bye,
thanks
guys.
everybody. Bye.
Yep. Look for the script soon. It'll be coming your